In 1306, Robert the Bruce supposedly led Scotland to one of its greatest victories, the Battle of Loudoun Hill. Chroniclers hailed the defeat, poets sang of his genius, monuments immortalized the legend. But here's the twist. Historians now question whether it actually happened the way the legend claims. The story begins in the early 1300s. Scotland was in chaos. English King Edward I had invaded, conquered, and occupied the country. Scottish nobles were either dead, imprisoned, or collaborating with the English crown. Robert the Bruce, a minor noble with a shaky claim to the throne, had already switched sides, fighting for, then against the English. By 1306, he was desperate, defeated, hunted, hiding on remote islands. His cause seemed lost. His army was scattered. His supporters were dwindling. Then, according to legend, everything changed at Loudoun Hill. The story goes like this. Bruce gathered a small force, maybe 600 men. An English cavalry unit under Aymer de Valence was sent to crush him. Bruce chose high ground near Loudoun Hill in Ayrshire. He dug ditches and prepared defensive positions. When the English charged, their heavy cavalry became bogged down in the terrain. Bruce's men slaughtered them. The English retreated in humiliation. It was the turning point. Bruce's legend was born. His supporters rallied. Scotland's independence movement was reignited. One victory changed everything. Except, there's a massive problem with this story. Medieval records barely mention it. English chronicles, usually detailed about military campaigns, are strangely silent about this supposed disaster. Scottish records from the time are equally vague. The first detailed account of Loudoun Hill doesn't appear until the 1370s, more than 60 years later. That account comes from John Barber, a Scottish poet writing decades after the fact, with no contemporary sources to back him up. Modern historians have looked for hard evidence. They've found very little. No clear concentration of weapons, no mass graves, no fortifications matching the epic descriptions, and no obvious English complaints about a catastrophic defeat. So what likely happened? Historians now suspect one of two scenarios. Either the battle was a relatively small clash that Bruce's supporters later exaggerated into an epic victory, or it was so minor and poorly recorded that later Scottish writers rebuilt it as a heroic origin story for Bruce. The timing is suspicious. Barber was writing during a period when Scottish independence was being reasserted. A glorious victory by Bruce, even if fictional, served a purpose. It gave Scotland a founding myth. It made Bruce a legendary hero instead of a desperate fugitive. But here's where it gets darker. Even if Loudoun Hill was real, the victory wasn't as decisive as claimed. Bruce didn't immediately liberate Scotland. He spent years fighting a guerrilla war. He lost battles. He was hunted. It took more than a decade before he defeated the English decisively at Bannockburn in 1314. Yet Loudoun Hill became the story. It became the moment. It became the myth. Why? Because myths are more powerful than truth. A desperate man hiding on an island doesn't inspire a nation. A brilliant commander defeating overwhelming odds does. A scattered, demoralized army doesn't rally supporters. A legendary hero with a miraculous victory does. So the story was shaped. Details were added. Exaggerations were made. And eventually, fiction became history. This is how empires are built, not always on truth, but on the stories people believe. Robert the Bruce needed a victory to inspire his followers. Whether Loudoun Hill was real or invented, it served that purpose. It became the foundation of Scottish independence mythology. It shaped how Scots saw themselves for centuries. It influenced policy, warfare, and national identity, all built on a battle whose legend may be far bigger than what really happened on that field. The irony is that Bruce's real achievements were remarkable enough. His eventual victory at Bannockburn was genuine and transformative, but that wasn't enough for the legend. History needed a moment of miraculous triumph earlier. So Loudoun Hill was born, or reborn, or reimagined. And it worked. The inflated victory became real in the minds of millions. This is why we must question the stories we're told about history. Official narratives are often shaped by those in power. Victories are exaggerated, defeats are minimized, inconvenient truths are buried, and sometimes entire events are invented to serve a purpose. Robert the Bruce may have been a genuine hero, but his legend was built on propaganda, just like so many others throughout history. The question isn't whether Loudoun Hill happened. The question is, how many historical facts are actually carefully constructed myths? How many empires are built on victories that never were? And what would change if we knew the truth? Thank you for watching Hidden Epochs. If you enjoyed uncovering the hidden stories behind history's greatest myths, subscribe to our channel for more documentaries on the forgotten truths that shaped our world. See you next time.